Hi all, welcome to the Fridays Live with Poonam. If you are watching my Fridays Live regularly, then you will be knowing that I now am focusing on workplace stress. When people have to go for work, they have a lot of stress. So in last session, I focused on the legal aspects of the workplace stress. And those who have joined me, thanks for joining in. Today's session is focused on the stressors in the workplace, those situations or events that increase the stress at the workplace. So, before starting, as a ritual, I will start with the poem. And the poem is not self written. I have googled the poem, but I really liked the lines. So, I wanted to share with you all. And the poem goes like: Sometimes life is overwhelming and it seems like there's no place to turn. There's no one looking out for you, and you can feel your stomach churn. This is the moment to remember you have got to be kind to yourself. Take some time to regroup and put those cares and stresses on the shelf. Take time out for a walk or listen to your favorite song. As long as you do something positive, you really can't go wrong. When you feel the stress building, go to your happy place. Close your eyes, lean back, and imagine the sun on your face. Listen to the birds sweetly chirping on the trees. To relax even more, imagine a gentle breeze. Once you feel the awful tension begin to slip away, open your eyes and stretch. Be ready to restart your day. Letting go of the pressure for a while can often make all the difference. You can come back calm and refreshed and not feel like you are on the defense. Then you can take the stresses and cares off the shelf one by one and deal with them more patiently. Before you know it, they will all be gone. So, this is the amazing power of pause. Whenever in stress, the first thing that I do is I take a break. Have that pause in your life whenever you are in stress and pay attention to yourself, your feelings, your emotions, and that pause will work as a magic in your life to take you out of that stress. Thank you for joining in, Tamim Ansari. So, as we all know, wherever we are involved to earn something, it can be either earning knowledge, it can be either earning recognition, earning status, earning money. All these activities involve a lot of stress. So today I'm going to discuss more about the workplace stress. The workplace stress when we have to go on a job, when we are a businessman, when we are an entrepreneur, uh, when we are an employee of a company, we have a lot of stress of performance, right? In my last session, I discussed that the companies should employ some interventions to deal with the stress at the workplace. And I divided those interventions in three parts that were primary interventions, secondary interventions, and tertiary interventions. Where primary interventions were to remove the source of the stress. Like if there is some noise and I am getting irritated from that noise, the first step I should do is I should remove that noise from the source itself. So that is the primary intervention, right? So editing or modifying the source of the stress. The second kind of intervention is the secondary intervention, where I will enable myself or empower myself to deal with the noise or that stress. So that is the second kind of intervention that the companies can employ by helping the employees to learn how to deal with stress. And the third kind of intervention is the tertiary intervention, where what we have to do is we have to help the employees to heal from the damage that has already been done. So these are the three kind of interventions that the corporates can have. Thank you, Sangeet Kumar, for joining in. And when you type in the message, I am able to see who is listening to me, because I'm not able to see the viewers here. I don't know what is the issue with this. I'm still learning. I upgraded myself from Windows to MacBook, but still there are many technology issues that I'm facing. So I can see some people have joined in. If you will type in the comment box, I can read your comments. And if you have any questions, please do type in, and I will take care to answer your questions. If not today, then definitely in my subsequent sessions. So your comments definitely encourage me to continue my journey of Fridays Live with Poonam. My Fridays Live are focused on helping people to break free from stress. And since my last Fridays Live, I have been focusing on workplace stress. And nowadays, as you all would agree, that stress has increased many folds. Mainly because almost everyone is working from home nowadays. So there is additional responsibility of home as well. I feel it is easy to work from office, and many people would agree with me. And many people may say that no, it is easy to work from home. So it again depends upon individual's experience. All right. Now let us discuss what are those stressors at the workplace. Generally, when we are working, either it could be working as an employee, could be senior, part of senior management or part of junior management. There are certain stressors which each one of us face. I started my career as a CA with Honda cars, and then I moved on to DCM Shriram, and I have almost 7 years of working experience in the corporates. After that, I left my job and I started my stint as an entrepreneur. So I have both the experiences. For some time, I worked from home. I would say since then I have been working from home as an entrepreneur. I go to my client's place for taking the sessions. And in the current scenario, since March, I have been totally working from home. And not a single travel I have made after that for my professional engagements. So everything is work from home now. So I have gone through all the phases in my life, being a full-time corporate employee, before marriage and after marriage, and after my kids, and then being a housewife, and then being into part-time job, or now currently working from home as an entrepreneur and struggling a lot to establish my own venture. And I would say struggling means mainly learning a lot how to struggle and how to survive. And persistence has always helped me to move ahead. So when we say workplace stressors, when I was doing CA, I did my CA, both groups, I cleared my CA, both groups in single sitting, and that was in the year 2003. And again, I would say it was really stressful, but yes, I was able to manage. During that time, I was doing my regular college as well, and I was doing my articleship as well. I was taking tuitions for the students to be financially fit. So there was a lot I had to manage during that time also when I was a student. So yes, stress has always been a part of my life, but I would say that till now, with God's grace, it has not affected my mental health so far. So this has definitely encouraged me to help more and more people to know how to deal with stress. So coming back to the workplace stressors, yes, the stressors are mostly related to the following. One is the workload. The amount or the difficulty of the work that you are doing on your job definitely adds on to your stress. The workload means generally we say it is 9 to 5 job, 8 hours job. But if you are not able to finish your job within those 8 hours, it can be either incapability of the organization or the incapability of the employee. And yes, this definitely increases the stress of the employee and organization as well. So individual stress is definitely going to affect the organizational stress as well. So workload is the prime reason, as per a research, uh, most of the employees say that workload, the work they have to do during their job timings, is the main reason for stress. The other reason is relationships. How well they have maintained the relationship with their peers, with their juniors, with their seniors, uh, uh, within the formal channels in the organization, within the informal channels in the organization. It definitely affects the mental health of an employee. If someone is having a very good interpersonal relationships, that definitely helps them to reduce the mental stress. And one who is not able to have better interpersonal relationships, one who don't know how to get the work done, who don't know how to delegate work, they definitely will suffer a lot in terms of the mental health. So yes, organizations can definitely conduct some programs which can help people to learn effective skills for interpersonal effectiveness. Again, the next one is recognition. The extent to which you feel that your efforts and achievements are recognized. Obviously, when we are working in an organization, we are working there so as someone should recognize the efforts that we put in. And who don't like appreciation? Everybody likes. So when I do not get reward for my efforts, I will definitely start feeling demotivated. So recognition is very important in all the organizations, and the employers should definitely focus on recognizing the efforts of the employees in any way they can. I will be discussing the interventions which the employers can use in their organizations in my subsequent sessions. Today's session is totally focused on the workplace stressors so that people can relate to it. They can they should not feel isolated that why I am feeling stressed. You should know that these are some stressors which are common among all the employees. So you are not alone if you are having this kind of stress in your job. The next one is personal responsibility. Some people feel very responsible for their work, and some people will not feel responsible even for their work. Some people feel responsible even for the work of the other person. Like I still remember that when I was in school and I was attempting my exam, I think it was in class 9th, and there was a boy sitting just next to me, and he showed me that he have some chits in his pocket, and he said I will be using these chits in the examination for the answers. Now he showed it to me, right? And he was not worried at all that he is having some chits in his pocket which he is going to use. Now during the examination, I saw the supervisor entering the room, and he came near to my desk, and I started getting those nervousness, the feeling of nervousness that what will happen if he will get caught. So डर मुझे लग रहा था कि उसके पास फर्रे हैं, चिट है, अगर वो पकड़ा गया तो क्या होगा. दो मुझे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ने वाला था. आई वॉज नॉट गोइंग टू बी अफेक्टेड इफ ही गेट्स कॉट, but I was still worried for his act. So there are some people who don't take responsibility only for their own acts, but they will also be worried about others as well. So these kind of people generally suffer because of the extreme stress they face on the workplace, because they feel responsible for others as well, not only for themselves but for others as well. So if you are one of those persons, then yes, your stress is genuine. So don't worry about it. Managerial role, again, when you are in such a position where you are supervising a bigger team, and when you are elevated, you get promoted, the tensions increase, the stress increases, because initially when you were at a lower level, you were responsible only for your work. But when you are elevated in an organization, when you become a manager, What happens? The immediate shift is now you become a leader. Now you have a team to lead. And now you become responsible not only for your own work, but for their work as well. And you have to start believing in delegation now. So, if you are a perfectionist, you may start thinking that I will do the work myself. I cannot delegate it. But that is a wrong approach. You have to delegate it if you really want to be promoted further. So again, changing of managerial roles can add on to your stresses. Work-life balance. Uh, this is one of the stressor which is mostly faced by females, and I have also faced this after my daughter was born. So yes, I found it really difficult to manage my work and life, and that is one of the reason why I quitted my job. And then I started evaluating whether is it worth for me to join the job back, because I knew that my priorities were different, my thoughts were different. So finally I decided that I cannot do the job, better to do something on my own. And yes, it required a lot of courage to shift my career from a full-time employee to a full-time entrepreneur. So yes, work-life balance. When you are working, but you are carrying your work to your home, and it becomes difficult to switch off the work pressure when you are at home. It definitely adds on to the stress. We will discuss regarding how to manage work-life balance in my subsequent sessions. So I would request all to please continue watching my Fridays live if you want to know more. And you can definitely type in your comments or questions if any. I hope you are logged in and watching me. Thank you, Pooja, for joining in. And finally, daily hassles, day to day, getting work from others, and there are different daily problems which you have to face that can add on to the stressors, to the stresses or the pressures of the workplace. Now, let me take some more situations that are generally stressful and why we have stress in those situations. So the first situation I will take is job transfer to a new location. In my last Facebook live, I was asked this question that how to deal with the stress, a person facing stress because of the job change. I don't know whether they have logged in today or not, but I would definitely like to answer that question because this Facebook live is always available to watch later as well. So you can type in your questions. You can again message me your questions individually after the Facebook live as well. Okay, job transfer to new location. Now here I am not going to tell you how to deal with this stress. What I am going to tell you today is why there is a stress in such a situation. Can you all think about it? Your organization asks you to shift to a new location, right? So what could be the stress going on in your mind? We have also undergone this stress. I was initially living in Delhi and then we shifted to Bangalore almost 6 years back. Thanks for asking questions, Ramesh Babu. How to cope up with emotional lives which is victimized. I would request you to please elaborate your question to make it a little more specific. Now, when your organization says that you have to shift to a new location, job relocation, why do we have tension in such a case? So if it is a single person, the tension, the stress may be little lesser. But if a person, again, the stressors depends upon individual circumstances of a person. If you are married, having a family, the stress will be totally different. If you are single, not married, the stress will be different. If you are living in a joint family and you have never lived alone and now you are going to relocate to a new city altogether, the stress will be totally different. If you are going to relocate to a place that is totally new to you, even the people, not only the people, the culture, the language, everything is totally new, the stress will be totally different, right? So why the stress is there? The stress is there because of the change you have to undergo. How I will be used to, or how I will adapt to the new routine, to the new place, to the new people, with the new culture. So that fear of uncertainty, what will happen if I will not be able to survive there, if I'm not able to get what I want. uh, what we missed when we shifted to Bangalore initially, we used to live in a joint family in Delhi. The first thing that worried us a lot was how we will be able to survive alone in this new city. We have never done that. We always lived in a family, we never lived in a hostel. And it was really a difficult decision for me and my husband to shift to a new place altogether, that too with my daughter who was used to that joint family where we used to live. Initial 1 year was really very difficult, but then slowly we adapted to the change. One thing that I regularly follow, and I would also request you all to make this a principle of your life: start getting comfortable in getting uncomfortable. This will help you to come out of your comfort zone. We all have a comfort zone around us and we try to stick to it. Some people, even I have one relative, when they will travel somewhere, they will carry their own pillow. They cannot sleep on any other pillow. So that is a comfort zone you create for yourself. Some people say that if I even shift the side of the bed where I'm sleeping, if I shift to the other side from left to right, I'm not able to sleep. If I change my location of the bed, I'm not able to sleep. If I change my slippers, I'm not able to walk, I'm not comfortable, and so on. So we all have created those comfort zones for all of us. So I would request all to start breaking your comfort zones, start taking small steps. I'm not saying that altogether a shift to a new location to have that experience. No. What I follow regularly is I keep on changing. And slowly I get used to those new changes. Like I keep on changing the side of my bed to make my body accustomed to the new place. And this is something that we use to train our subconscious mind. I keep on experimenting with my looks. I change my hairstyle. Initially, I had very long hair. Then I got a haircut. I had a very small hair. Then I had a shoulder length hair. Then I had again long hair. And then I keep on experimenting, sometimes keeping them loose, sometime tying them this side, sometime tying them this side, and so on. Changing my frames. That actually helps me to understand that change is a part of life and I have to get used to it. I keep on changing my furniture in my house from one place to another, and that sometimes help to give a better look to my home. I keep on introducing new flavors in my dishes. I keep on experimenting. I don't have a regular restaurant where I regularly visit. I keep on changing the restaurants, even my husband as well. We keep on trying new dishes. We don't only stick to our those North Indian foods. We have tried all kind of varieties in food as well, and that actually have helped us to be more adaptable. So make a habit of introducing those small changes in your life. Don't stick to something. Be flexible. Don't be rigid. And this is one lesson that I have learned in my life, that start getting comfortable with getting uncomfortable. So I would request that if you are undergoing any change in your life and you are feeling that you will not be able to adapt yourself to that change, the first thing you should start doing is start experiencing small changes in your life and start making it a part of your life. Start coming out of your comfort zone. Buy a new pair of shoes. right? And start wearing it. Slowly, slowly, you will get used to it. And slowly, slowly, you will develop a liking for the new pair of shoes and you will start avoiding your older shoes pair. Buy, invest in some new clothes, change your wardrobe altogether, and enjoy your new wardrobe. Any small change which you feel, have a haircut, totally change your look, or start trying some new dishes, add some new flavors in your dishes. So this will definitely help to learn a lesson of change management, and this will train your subconscious to start getting more flexible, adaptable, and it will help you to come out of your comfort zone. So today's session was basically to understand the different workplace stressors that most of us undergo, and these are the common stressors, but again depending upon the capability of the person, how efficient a person is in handling those stressors. And the first capability, the first thing that can add on to your capability to handle the stress, to deal with the stress at workplaces, to learn how to deal with change, because change is always a part of your life when you are working. So get comfortable in getting uncomfortable. With this, I would like to wind up the session today. Thank you all the viewers for watching, and I genuinely want to help people who are under stress. That is why I started this FB Live initiative. If you have any question in regard to how to deal with your stress, how to deal with stress in your life, you can definitely message me. Either you can comment in this video, under this video, or you can separately send a message in my FB Live. Do spread the message so that I should be able to help more and more people. I want to create, first of all, I want to create awareness for mental health among the people. They should start accepting their mental health. They should start speaking about their mental issues so that someone can definitely come up to help them out. Thank you all. And Ramesh Babu, I will definitely try to understand your question and answer it in my subsequent FB Lives. Thank you so much.